What if I told you that the most powerful medicine in the world isn't found in a pharmacy, that it's completely free, requires no physical effort, and is already encoded in your own DNA? Today, we are experiencing a true epidemic of chronic diseases. We are tired, inflamed, and our bodies seem to be aging much faster than they should. But there is a way out. Imagine being able to press a reset button for your immune system. Imagine being able to force your body to destroy its own cancer cells, repair damaged tissues, and burn visceral fat. All of this simply by changing the timing of your meals. Welcome to Cellular Renaissance. Today, we dive into the mind of Dr. Mindy Pelz, a world-renowned expert in functional health and a pioneer of the fasting movement. In the next few minutes, we will unlock the code of autophagy together. We will see, hour by hour, what really happens in your body when you stop eating. And above all, I will reveal to you the 6 specific foods that Dr. Mindy consumes to multiply the effects of this process and rejuvenate her cells. If you thought fasting simply meant being hungry, get ready, because what you're about to learn could very well transform your health forever. There is a fundamental truth you need to understand. No one heals you. You heal yourself. Your body is not an inert machine. It is an incredibly sophisticated, self-healing organism that is constantly working to keep you alive. But for it to do its job properly, sometimes you have to give it free rein. That's where autophagy comes in. This term comes from Greek. Auto means oneself and phagi means to eat. Literally, it means to eat oneself. That might sound scary when you put it that way, but it's actually a biological miracle. Imagine your body as a house. If you constantly bring in new furniture, that is, food and glucose, without ever throwing out the old, the house becomes cluttered, dirty, and unlivable. Autophagy is the moment when cells realize that no nutrients are coming in. The cell then says to itself, nothing's coming in? All right, we need to become a better version of ourselves. It then starts a big spring cleaning. It spots viruses, bacteria, and most importantly, it identifies cells that are starting to malfunction. These are called zombie cells or senescent cells. They are the weak members of the team. They no longer function, and they make you age prematurely. And worse, they can become the starting point for tumors. When fasting, your body identifies them as a useless burden and decides to get rid of them, recycling their components into energy. It's the ultimate recycling. But to activate this magic switch, you have to stop eating for long enough. So, what exactly happens in your body? Hour by hour? This is where the timeline gets fascinating. Everything really starts when your blood sugar drops enough to trigger the metabolic switch. Around 12 hours of fasting, the shift happens. Your body starts producing a good amount of ketones. Your brain lights up. You feel a sudden mental clarity, which many describe as a veil being lifted. It's also at this precise moment that hunger often disappears, because ketones have the ability to switch off the hunger hormone. At hour 13, something even more powerful happens. Growth hormone starts to rise. It's the ultimate anti-aging hormone, the one that helps us burn fat and stay young. Inflammation also starts to decrease. By the way, one of the most remarkable studies ever conducted on women who survived breast cancer showed something incredible. The researchers observed that by simply fasting for 13 hours a day, without even changing their diet, these women had a 64% lower risk of their cancer recurring. Just 13 hours. If you go a little further to 15 hours, a dramatic increase in testosterone is observed in men. Up to a 1,300% increase. Simply incredible, by simply letting the body rest. But if you hold on, if you keep going up to 17 hours, that's when autophagy truly kicks in. Your brilliant body turns inward and says, wait a second, no food is coming in, we'd better get stronger. The cells start to repair themselves. Old aging cells are eliminated. You literally rejuvenate from the inside out. At 24 hours, your entire digestive system resets itself. Intestinal stem cells appear to repair the inner lining of your gut. This is crucial if you have digestive issues or a leaky gut. At 36 hours, the body becomes a fat-burning machine. It targets that stubborn fat, specifically the fat around your belly, and starts consuming it for energy. At 48 hours without food, something extraordinary happens in your brain. New dopamine receptors are created. Why? Because biologically your brain needs to be motivated to go hunt for food. So you essentially reboot your entire motivation and well-being system. If you suffer from anxiety or depression, this is a natural tool of incredible power. And finally, the 72-hour mark. At this stage, the entire immune system resets. Old immune cells are destroyed and replaced by new, younger, and more effective ones. All of this without medication, without expensive supplements. That's why we need to share this message with the world. This is our way out when it comes to chronic diseases. Do you have to fast for 72 hours all the time? The answer is no. Dr. Mindy Pelz recommends a strategic approach. A 3-day water fast is ideal twice a year for a thorough cleanse and to eliminate precancerous cells. A 48-hour fast can be done once a quarter if you need a boost for your mental health. A 36-hour fast is perfect once a month for those who are frustrated by a weight plateau. Most people achieve miraculous results by alternating between 12 and 17 hours of fasting each day, with maybe a 24-hour fast once a week. This is what's called OMAD, 1 meal a day. But be careful, fasting is only half of the equation. The way you break your fast is just as important. You don't want to cleanse your body only to fill it up with toxins afterwards. Dr. Mindy has identified 6 specific foods that she frequently eats to maximize the benefits of autophagy and nourish good bacteria. The first food is avocado. It's probably the best way to break a fast, especially for breakfast. Why? Because it's a healthy fat. The trick is to break your fast with fat to suppress the hunger hormone. If you eat an avocado and wait an hour before eating anything else, you'll notice that the impulsive urge to devour everything in the fridge completely disappears. Dr. Mindy especially likes to pair avocado with probiotic foods like sauerkraut or kimchi. By putting kimchi on an avocado, you're combining prebiotics and fats, which directly feed your good gut bacteria. The second food is surprising but delicious: cacao. Yes, chocolate. Research has shown that cacao stimulates autophagy. But be careful, this doesn't mean eating a store-bought chocolate bar full of sugar. We're talking here about pure, clean sources of cacao. Look for very dark chocolate, where cacao and cocoa butter are the first ingredients. A 2009 study on liver cells proved that the flavonoids in cacao help cleanse liver cells. The third food is coffee. A 2014 study revealed that 1 to 4 hours after drinking coffee, there is an increase in autophagy in the liver, muscles, and heart. This is excellent news for caffeine lovers. However, there is a strict rule. Your coffee must be organic and tested to be free of mold. Pesticides and toxins would cancel out all your cellular cleansing efforts. And of course, during your fasting window, it must be black. If you add cream or sugar, you break the fast. A little tip: add a bit of MCT oil to speed up the switch to fat-burning mode. The fourth food is coffee and green tea. If coffee makes you too jittery, green tea is the perfect alternative. It's a recognized superfood. A 2019 study showed its neuroprotective effects and confirmed that it stimulates autophagy in almost every cell it comes into contact with. It's a universal cleanser. Similarly, bergamot tea or bergamot essential oil has shown promising results, especially on nerve tissues and certain tumor cells. The fifth food is a staple in cooking: olive oil. But be careful, it should never be heated to the point of smoking, otherwise it becomes inflammatory. And it should not be rancid. A good extra virgin olive oil has powerful effects on proteins associated with Alzheimer's disease and on cellular inflammation. Don't hesitate to consume a tablespoon per day or to use it generously on your dishes during your eating window. Finally, the sixth food is curcumin, the active compound in turmeric. This golden and magical spice. Research shows that it increases autophagy, especially in pancreatic cells. It also helps inhibit the proliferation of certain diseases by stimulating apoptosis, which is the programmed death of harmful cells. To absorb it properly, you should always combine it with black pepper. You can sprinkle it on your dishes. Or even better, buy fresh turmeric root and run it through a juicer for a shot of pure health. Remember that all of this is a long-term game. If you make no effort to stimulate autophagy, Your cells accumulate toxins day after day, year after year. Fasting and these foods are not a punishment, they are tools for freedom. They allow your body to do what it was designed for, to repair itself, regenerate, and keep you alive and in good health for as long as possible. It is your responsibility to take care of this magnificent biological mechanism. So, what will you start with? A 17-hour fast? An avocado at your next meal? The power is in your hands.